Good time of day, guys! My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Last episode, we began the game, got a little used to the combat. Not entirely yet, but a little used to it. We got to play as Shez here. We fought Byleth, he beat our ass. Which makes sense, because he's fucking loco busted. But to be fair, in the original game, so was half the cast anyways, so... Anyways, now we're here in an encampment. We've already talked to most of the students, just leaving the 3 house leaders and Bernadetta, because she's not here, which is in character. Which makes me surprised why Marianne is here, but whatever. Yeah, let's just... I wonder, can I toggle the map? I know I can toggle zoom, but... Oh, hello. No, it doesn't look like I can. Alright, we'll just talk to Claude. Hey.
Thanks.
And yeah, this game isn't fully voice acted, which means we're gonna have to make voices for fucking everyone. Yay. And it's already difficult, but at least we have pre-established personalities from the original game. It's no biggie. Hey friend, appreciate what you did back there. We'd have been in a world of hurt without you. Oh, and regarding compensation, Eloise told me not to pay you personally. I guess I want to handle it as a church thing. Sorry about that. Tell him you understand. I get it. Hey, as long as I get paid, I don't care who's handing over the coin. You're definitely a mercenary, alright?
Speaking of
which, have you talked with the others here at camp?
How's that?
I can tell you a little bit about the students in my Golden Deer house. Alright, sure, let's see what you gotta say.
Ooh, me?
Claude.
I'm more curious about you, personally.
Oh, okay, this is voiced. Alright, so... This shows... Oh, okay. So it shows some stats. Everything's a little different, so... Yeah, it shows... So are those his proficiencies there? Says he's currently a fighter. Axe, bow, gauntlets. You didn't really use gauntlets much in the original game, but whatever. Unique abilities, Dust Cloud, Leader's Acumen, and Foresight. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to look at everything. Preferred class, though, is interesting. Wyvern Master.
If you don't have anything better to do, I'd be glad to have you join us at Garreg Mach.
I see. Can I... Oh, details. Okay. Imbue attacks with wind. Slightly increases the awakening gauge fill rate when attacking enemies launched into the air. When ordered to defend, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Cool. Yep, Minor Crest of Regan. So I imagine... Oh, level 1? I imagine some of these things are going to work very differently than they did in the first game, some of the crests and whatnot, because different combat style, you know? So 15% chance to recover own HP when landing a combat art. That's pretty cool. Oh, is that all I get to look at? Just the abilities and the crest? Okay. Alright, back. Lorenz.
Have you met him yet? At first, I thought he was real serious and persnickety. But that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him chatting up every girl in the monastery.
Okay, so preferred class for him is Cavalier. He is a soldier. So, let's take a look. Rondo of Roses. Attacking fills the unique ability gauge, while nullifying an enemy attack decreases it. When the gauge is full, press ZR to draw in foes a short distance away. Okay? Sure. Distinguished House. When a battalion is deployed, slightly increases the awakening gauge fill rate. And Noble Duty, when ordered to guard, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. And Minor Crest of Gloucester, 20% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by offensive magic. Okay. So you're gonna want to use magic, even though your preferred class is Cavalier. Interesting. Hilda.
Hilda's the only daughter of Duke Goneril. Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up. Which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her.
I see. Lightning Bound. This one doesn't have a level, interestingly enough. Hold the button during strong attacks to slightly increase damage and add lightning. While charging, enemies a short distance away will be drawn in. Advocate. When the unit's adjutant is a member of the opposite sex, slightly increases adjutant gauge, fill rates, and slightly increases damage dealt by adjutant follow-ups. So we do have adjutants again. I guess. Delicate Flower, when ordered to seize, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Okay, and Minor Crest of Goneril, 10% chance to land a critical hit with combat arts. Okay. Like a 10% increase, or what? And your preferred class is Brigand. Okay, so I'm guessing Fighter just shows the weapons that that class is able to use. Okay, Raphael!
He's a friendly guy.
Yeah!
It'd be nice if he talked about something other than muscles.
I actually still want to fucking check. I can't hide the UI right now. I can't pause either.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident.
Yeah.
He's had it pretty rough.
Okay, he doesn't have a crest. Preferred class Brawler. Pure Brawn. Charge to power up attacks for a set period. Attacks will strengthen up to 2 tiers based on the number of charges. Goodie Basket. Slightly increases damage dealt to foes for a period of time after collecting recovery items. Cool. An Unbending Spirit, when ordered to guard, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. We'll just get through the remaining 4 and then... Actually, I'll just do it now. I want to see System, Settings, Volume Settings, Voice Volume. That's max? Why is 14 the max? What the fuck? Then I'll just... That should be good, right? Yeah. That should be good, right?
Speaking of...
Oh yeah, that's so much better.
How's that?
Alright. Lysithia.
Don't ever treat her like a child. I made that mistake earlier and she nearly took my head off.
Yeah,
she's clearly the youngest out
her.
of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble, I guess.
Okay. Cursed Expulsion. Enemies sent flying explode and deal dark damage to a narrow area. Press ZR to draw in spellbound enemies. Can be used again after a cooldown. Okay. Unsought Power. Slightly restores the Awakening and Warrior gauges when activating crests. Yeah, she's supposed to have 2. Right? Because it says crests. Virtuoso, when ordered to attack, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Awesome. I'm guessing it's just not going to show the other one right now because it's a secret. I don't remember if they did that in the original, but oh well. 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arts. Pretty cool. Minor Crest of Karen.
Ignatz likes the great outdoors. Definitely more than the rest of us, anyway.
Really?
He's the second son of a merchant family, but says he wants to be a knight. He doesn't really seem suited for it, though. Maybe his parents are making him do it.
This game is really quiet. I'm gonna turn up my headphones a little bit, because I don't like hearing my own thoughts. Okay. Dreamer's Paintbrush. Send enemies flying to spatter the ground with a small amount of paint. Enemies to step in the paint incur elemental damage matching its color. Okay. Watchful Eye. Slightly increases the critical hit rate of strong attacks. Nice. I'm pretty sure he had an ability like that in the main game as well. Heart's Desire. When ordered to seize, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay, and he does not have a crest. Preferred class Archer. Marianne?
Oh, Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her. She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me.
Isn't she literally talking to fucking Lysithia? Snow Slip. At 300 hits and above, spawn falling ice orbs that deal ice damage to foes at intervals proportional to hit count. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. Pretty easy, too. I was getting chains of like 500 hits just last episode. Animal Friend. When the unit, their adjutant, or a surrounding ally is mounted, slightly restores HP at regular intervals. Okay, so it says her preferred class is Priest. But I imagine those can change, right? Right? So I could probably make her a Holy Knight? If that's still in this game. Reverence. When ordered to defend, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. Minor Mystery Crest. May be in possession of an unknown crest. Oh. Well, I know what that is, but I don't remember what it did.
Leone wants to be a mercenary.
Yeah.
I bet you two would have lots to talk about. You're both pretty frank, too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is.
Careful Study. Allows the unit to string together 2 times the normal number of regular attacks. Ooh. Based on a number of consecutive hits, speed will increase, and final regular or strong attacks will strengthen. Cool. Rivalry. When an ally of the opposite sex is nearby, or is the unit's adjutant, slightly increases the warrior gauge fill rate. And Makings of a Merc. When ordered to attack, reduces damage received from enemies by 30%. Okay. So that's all the golden deer. Alright, let's move on to Edelgard.
Hello. Thank you.
Ah, there you are. Thank you for your assistance in the previous battle. I'd like to discuss your future if you have a moment. If you find yourself with no place to go after we accomplish our objective, I'm hoping we might hire you on with the Empire.
What do you think?
I can promise you'll be handsomely paid, including the work you did today. So, what say you? Why do you want to hire me? I'm not usually hired into service by people quite so high up the food chain. Why the special attention? I value your talent now that I've had the ability to see it firsthand.
On another matter.
By the by, have you spoken with the others here in camp? If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit about the students in my own house, the Black Eagles. Sure. You.
Well, you're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes? Still, I suppose I admire that sort of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
Okay, yep. Preferred class Armored Lord, makes sense. Solar Prominence, imbue attacks with fire. Okay. So I imagine Dimitri's probably gonna infuse his attacks with either electricity or ice. Because if Claude does wind and she does fire, then, well, Dimitri's kind of left with ice and electricity. And I don't feel like either of them really suit him. I would have said he's wind. But I guess Claude makes more sense. Emperor's Prestige. Causes enemies that are guarding to nonetheless sustain 50% of calculated damage. Okay. So you'd basically do extra damage to enemies even if they're guarding. Cool. And Ambition. When ordered to attack, reduces damage by 30%. Okay. So, Minor Crest of Saros. 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arts. Okay. So some crests do the exact same thing as others. As they did in the original too. Hubert.
Hubert of House Vestra is my attendant. His family is unusual in that they're noble, but lack territory of their own. Hubert is deeply loyal to me, and you can trust him completely. In fact, I imagine he's quite grateful for what you've already done.
Mm-hmm. Dark Conjuration. Oh, he didn't have a crest? Huh. Gain a low chance to impale an attacked enemy with a magic spike. Additional attacks power up the spike. Okay. Press ZR to detonate the spike and inflict dark damage based on power level. Perception. Keeps the stun gauge visible slightly longer. That's kind of silly, but okay. An officer's duty when ordered to guard reduces damage. Okay. Dorothea.
That's Dorothea Arnault. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company. Or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see.
Yeah, she's chill. Prismatic Resonance. Gain a low chance to spawn musical notes around the unit when performing regular attacks. Attacking the notes triggers elemental shockwaves. Oh, sick. Songstress. Slightly restores surrounding allies' HP and awakening gauges when the unit completes a warrior special. Awesome. Center stage, when ordered to seize, increases damage. Okay. Ferdinand.
Have you spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can. He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes.
You're telling me, but he's great. He is great. Maximum Ambulation. At 300 hits and above, gain an increase in speed proportional to hit count. Okay, cool. Name Drop. Slightly restores the awakening gauge with each enemy commander defeated. Okay. And Noble Pride, when ordered to seize, reduces damage. Minor Crest of Keyhole. 10% chance to land a critical hit with combat arts. Okay, so that's the same as one of the ones that the Golden Deer had. Hello, Bernie.
One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta. If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing.
Yes, it is. And also what happens in 90% of her supports. Except for maybe Felix, because she wasn't able to get away from him, but oh well. Personal Space. Press ZR to create a zone of ice that increases critical hit rate. Has a long cooldown time. That's pretty cool. Just a fucking crit zone? That's awesome. Persecution Complex. When hit by enemy attacks, grants a very low chance of temporarily increasing damage dealt to foes. That's also cool. I love these abilities where it's like, hey, if you suck at the game, you deal extra damage. Master of Concealment. When ordered to defend, increases damage. Nice. Minor Crest of Indec. Right, that's what one of the saints were. 10% chance for a combat art to be ready again immediately after use. Oh, that's cool. Alright, Caspar.
Caspar is the second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way.
Yep.
War and fighting are his sole pursuits, so I bet the two of you will get along just fine.
He's chill, yeah. One for the books. Hold the button when performing strong attacks to charge the attack, increasing attack range and damage dealt by 1 tier. Okay. Fists of Justice, slightly increases damage to enemy stun gauges. Awesome. That's sick. Born Fighter, when ordered to seize, increases damage. Got it. Petra.
Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Windstorm. Slightly increased evasion distance. Dodges inflict very minor wind damage. Okay. Hunter's Boon. Slightly restores the awakening gauge with each critical hit. And Outland Technique. When ordered to attack, increases damage. Okay, and she does not have a crest.
Surely you know
Linhardt.
someone like Linhardt. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well.
Yep.
That's simply how he is, though.
And he's awesome for it.
I can't force him to apply himself, but he'll come around, most likely.
Easy breezy, fucking... Complete a final regular attack to spawn a pair of wind orbs in front of the unit. The orbs automatically attack in a narrow range. Cool. Catnap. Slightly increases how much HP the unit automatically recovers while inside an allied stronghold. Awesome. And Logician. When ordered to defend, reduces damage. Yeah. Minor Crest of Cephaline. 25% chance to slightly increase the healing power of recovery magic. Awesome. Okay, so that's all the Black Eagles. So that just leaves the Blue Lions.
Hello there.
Hi.
You have my thanks.
Let me begin by first conveying my gratitude to you, Shez. We are in your debt.
Speaking of which...
Also, I examined the map earlier, and the village where you are headed seems to be a little more to the east. Thank him for the advice.
Thanks.
I appreciate it. I checked the map earlier, but couldn't tell where in the woods I actually was. Well, I'm glad I could be of service. I hope you were able to reach your destination this time.
By the way,
You'll be staying until sunrise, yes? I hope you'll take the opportunity to converse with the others here. Of course, now that I've sprung the idea on you so suddenly, you'll likely find yourself at a loss as to whom you ought to speak to.
how about this?
You're literally last. Relax. On that note, I would be more than happy to give you an introduction to any Blue Lion House students. Alright, yourself.
Your interest flatters me, but I'm afraid I find myself unsure of where to begin. Perhaps I'll have thought of a topic when next we speak. But you're leaving for that village soon, aren't you?
Yep. Azure Lightning. So yeah, basically, same thing, imbue attacks with lightning. Got it. King's Might. Slightly increases damage to enemy HP and stun gauges when sending them flying. Rain, when ordered to attack, increases damage. Minor Crest of Blafid. 20% chance to increase the damage dealt by combat arts in exchange for greatly increasing the weapon durability cost. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yep. Dedu!
Dedu hails from the land of Dusker. Perhaps you've heard of it.
I have.
He tends to keep to himself, but he possesses one of the kindest hearts of anyone I know. I'm proud to call him my vassal. Speak to him, and you'll see why.
He's a good dude. Alright, Demolisher. Hold the button when performing strong attacks to trigger blasts on impact that deal minor damage to enemies. Cool. Staunch Shield. Taking hits while guarding slightly restores the warrior gauge. Perfect guards restore the gauge even more. Ooh. Life and Limb. When ordered to guard, reduces damage. Got it. Felix.
Felix is the son of Duke Fraldarius. He has a sharp wit and even sharper tongue. But he's a good person at his core. I can attest to that. He has always admired strength above all else in a fighter. I imagine the two of you will make fast friends.
He is cool. Intense Velocity. Dodge in the middle of an attack to increase speed by 1 tier for a period of time. Will reach maximum speed after 7 dodges? Yo. Lone Wolf. When no battalion is deployed or if battalion endurance is depleted, slightly increased damage dealt to enemies. Eager Blade. When ordered to seize, increases damage dealt to enemies. Yep. Crest of Fraldarius. 20% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by strong attacks. Nice. Mercedes.
I only first met her here at the academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor.
Radiant Love. Attacking very slightly fills the unique ability gauge and gradually restores HP. When the gauge is full, press ZR to damage enemies and heal allies. Nice. Live to Serve. When magic is used to restore an ally's HP, allows the caster to also recover half the amount of the restored HP. Nice. Devotion. When ordered to defend, reduces damage. Minor Crest of Lamine. 10% chance that weapon durability will not decrease when using recovery magic. Nice. Ash.
In the far south of Fargus lies a manor by the name of Castle Gaspar. Ash is the adopted son of that castle's lord, Lonato. He's an honest boy, well deserving of our trust. I'd like to get to know him better someday, should the opportunity arise.
Didn't you only have a support that went to, like, be with him? Wind Stance. While holding ZR, use L to create and place a zone of wind, has a long cooldown time. Okay. Lockpick. Allows the unit to open chests without a key and unlocks special gates. Also grants a very low chance of increasing items dropped by fallen enemy commanders. Okay. Knight's Oath. When ordered to seize, reduces damage. Okay. Annette.
Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant. I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little.
Heh. Courageous Arya. Attacking very slightly fills the unique ability gauge. When it is full, press ZR to temporarily strengthen yourself and surrounding allies. Yo. Overachiever. Defeating 30 or more enemies with a single warrior special grants a small increase in damage dealt to enemies for a period of time. Ray of Sunshine. When ordered to defend, increases damage. Minor Crest of Dominic. 10% chance that weapon durability will not decrease when using offensive magic. Okay. Sylvain!
Sylvain is the son of Margrave Gautier. You may have already noticed, but he's something of a womanizer. That may be putting it lightly, in fact. But despite his apparent indifference, he possesses great cunning and is quicker on his feet than anyone else here. I've known him long, so I'm well aware.
He's cool as fuck. Gordian Stroke. Alright. At 300 hits and above, increase attack range and damage dealt proportional to the hit count. Yo, love that. Adept Flirt. When an ally of the opposite sex is nearby or is the unit's adjutant, so it increases the awakening gauge fill rate. Valiant Bloodline, when ordered to attack, reduces damage. Minor Crest of Gautier. 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arcs. Lovely. Ingrid.
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Icy Plunge. Enemies sent flying explode and deal ice damage to a narrow area. Cool. Heaven Sent. Slightly increases the warrior gauge fill rate when attacking enemies launched into the air. Sworn Lance. When ordered to guard, increases damage dealt to enemies by 30%. Minor Crest of Daphne. 25% chance to slightly increase the damage dealt by combat arts. Lovely. So that's everyone. Looks like Dawn's almost here. Tell Alois you're heading out. Okay. He's talking to people.
I see.
Hi. Ah, Shez. Have you spoken with the house leaders yet?
Concerning?
What? You're leaving? But that won't do.
If I'm honest.
Actually, I was hoping I could ask something of you. Would you hear me out? Sure.
My sincere apologies for asking this of you. I know you're heading for Remire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but, well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garreg Mach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that, exactly?
Because you've done us a great service, and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you. At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church. We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that. And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone. So you see why we must ensure you are well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign, perhaps in blood.
This sounds more like hush money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I'd just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy. Well, what do you think? Garreg Mach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be, but this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
Agree to go of your own volition.
I guess I'm not opposed to helping out a little more. I'll come with you to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are. I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
Shot.
Alois, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are simply too painful to bear. While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Told me what?
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man could pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it. There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
We heard
Hi.
you'll be joining us at Garreg Mach.
Jesus.
Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add.
Why am I getting surrounded?
I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
Alright.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us. But, well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business. The knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
Stand by your decision.
Actually, I see this as just another chance to better myself.
You are more gracious than I. But, as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
Yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Alright.
Listen, I know
Hi.
this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey! Hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind!
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance. I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
Oh, reflect on all three of them, huh? Alright, reflect on
It
Edelgard.
seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries.
Dimitri.
It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me, every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people.
And Claude.
Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course, you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately?
Yeah, that does make Shez seem quite a bit different from Byleth, because Byleth, when he thought about the three, on their first meeting, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something sinister about all three of them. Like, Dimitri in particular, I think it was like, I can sense a darkness within him.
You'd better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Auto-saving. Alright. Prologue, Three Houses.
3 houses.
I thought I was already in the prologue.
Deep in the forest, the mercenary meets a trio of youths, each a student at Garreg Mach's Officers' Academy, and a leader of one of the school's 3 houses. Striking down the bandit chief who attacked the students brings undue attention to the mercenary, who soon arrives at the hallowed gates of Garreg Mach.
Here we go, Garreg Mach, Church of Seros. Hey, it's the title screen. Alrighty. Hello, Garreg Mach.
May I present the
Oh,
mercenary
boy.
I spoke of?
Oh god. Rhea and Sedith are also here, as well as Yuritsa. Oh boy.
Greetings. My name is Rhea, and I am the Archbishop of the Church of Seros. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for rescuing our students.
I really hope that by the end of this game, there's a little bit of a more satisfying moral ending. Because, like, I had problems with each of the 4 endings in the original game. Like, there was never a way to reconcile with Edelgard if you didn't, if you didn't fucking pick her route, you die. Well, she dies, no matter what. Claude you could kind of ignore in most cases, which is cool. Because the Alliance was kind of just like a fucking side thing. But then Rhea, like, jeez. I still think Silver Snow was the worst of the 4 routes. And that the best was either the Blue Lions or the Golden Deer. The Black Eagles one was still okay, but, you know. Show some pride.
It was nothing. You take a job, you make sure it gets done. That's what a mercenary does.
I see you do not lack for confidence.
However, the reason we summoned you here
Nice
was not
setup.
simply to express our gratitude. We have a proposal for you. One
I
made
do,
on behalf
I
of
mean-
the church itself.
What kind of proposal?
Someone told you of the Officers' Academy here at the monastery, yes?
Yes, several times.
We would have you join this academy as a student.
Oh,
You what?
as a student?
Though you are a mercenary, I understand you are not currently beholden to any one particular employer.
That's interesting. We don't become a professor. I'm assuming we've already kind of changed the timeline so that Byleth is not going to become a professor here.
Also, the students you rescued are close to your own age. Your life could be greatly enriched here.
Or she's heard about our power and wants to keep us on a short leash.
True.
And she's taking it almost as a given that we'll accept. It's infuriating.
I'll express
I need
interest.
to get
Why not?
stronger if I'm gonna do what I need to. If your fancy school can really make that happen, consider me interested.
The Knights of Seros, as well as many other powerful warriors, pass daily through the gates of this hallowed monastery. If strength is what you are after, we can certainly provide it in spades.
They've really talked us into a corner here. I think I see where this is going.
You see, it's given me a lot of options to, like, reject going here. So I feel like there is, like, a fourth route to this game, too, where we don't go to the academy. But I don't know. Yeah, agree to enroll.
All right, I'm in.
A wise decision. We will do all we can to ensure you do not regret it.
I believe you will go far.
If I may, permit
Hi.
me to tell you a bit more about the school itself. The academy is divided into 3 houses and draws in the most promising young talents from every corner of Fódlan. Some are noble-born, while others spring from more humble roots. But within these walls, all are treated as equals. We ask our prospects to spend a year living under the same dormitory roof, so they can challenge each other, work hard, and grow together.
Each of our houses corresponds to one of Fódlan's 3 regions. Edelgard leads the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Dimitri leads the Blue Lion House, home to students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. And Claude leads the Golden Deer House, for students from the Leicester Alliance.
We could select a house for you ourselves, but as all of this was our idea, perhaps we should leave this decision to you.
That is odd, because, like, technically, if we were born in Fódlan, we would have, you know, had a fucking region of origin.
You are something of a special case, after all.
Yeah.
So I can join any house I want?
Yes, you have simply to name it.
Oh, shit. Okay, we just do it right here, right now. Alright. So I suppose... Oh, display unit details. I can just kind of look at the same stuff again. Okay. I do remember that in, I kind of went in order in the original game. I did, Crimson Flower into Azure Moon into... Fuck, what was this one called? Verdant Wind? And then I did Silver Snow, which is just Black Eagles again, but as an added funny, I recruited everybody. Everybody that I could, which means the only people I was really up against were, fucking, God, what are... Well, Edelgard and Hubert and Yuritsa, who they added as a fucking DLC unit after I had already beaten Crimson Flower, which was fucking annoying, because he only joins you on Crimson Flower. I don't think there was anyone else, right? Was it just Hubert and Edelgard and Yuritsa of the playable units that I didn't have access to? I believe it was. I could be wrong, I don't know. Okay then. So, I kind of want to take a different approach this time and choose someone different. Because the thing is, thinking about how the story would go, I feel like if they fall into the same trap of making the Leicester Alliance kind of an outsider, then the choice is obvious between the Black Eagles and the Blue Lions. But I really want to choose the Golden Deer first. I still hold true that of the main cast, well, the Black Eagles are also... I like most of these guys too, like... Well, I like every character, but there's some that are, like, fucking above and beyond. Like, in the Black Eagles, that'd be, like, Ferdinand, Petra, Caspar, Linhardt, Hubert, and Bernadetta. Dorothea's still really good, and so is Edelgard, but they're just a little less interesting, mostly because of the time skip stuff. Dorothea had potential, but after the time skip, she was just fucking depressed all the time. Blue Lions, it's really just, like... Dedue, Sylvain, Annette, Felix. I still like Ash, Mercedes, Dimitri, and Ingrid, but not as much as the other four. But then Golden Deer is like everyone except for Leone. They're all fucking amazing. Leone's still fine, but the other 7 are just fucking insanely cool. So it's like... You know what? Actually, I have a better idea. Let's do... some random.org generation. We will have a 1, 2, 3. 1 is Black Eagles, 2 is Blue Lions, 3 is Golden Deer. You ready for this? Here we go. It is the Black Eagles. Wow, okay, the boring choice.
So you wish to join Edelgard's Black Eagles. Are you certain?
I suppose so. Nod your assent.
Yep, that's the one. I'm sure of it.
May you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Alright.
Well,
I wonder if there's still going to be
with that
recruitment
taken care of,
options.
it's time to decide which of us will supervise which house.
Why are you talking to me about that? I'm a student.
Yes, it turns out we just underwent a last-minute roster change. I guess you two haven't met. This is Professor Yuritsa, our weapons instructor.
Oh, yeah, sure. And I know for a fucking fact he's gonna be in charge of the Black Eagles, right? Admire his ability?
I can already tell I'm gonna learn a lot from you.
Will you now?
Do my ears deceive me? Or is that curiosity I hear in your voice, Professor Yuritsa?
I hope he's more of a character in this game. Because, like, in the first game, he just kind of existed. He was like, I'm suspicious, aren't I? Ooh, I'm so evil. I mean, no. And then he kidnapped Flayn. Like, 5 chapters in.
I thought all the houses were the same to you. Perhaps you should be in charge of our new student's house,
I don't care. You decide.
Well, you'll certainly hear no objections from me. Professor Manuela, you and I can take charge of the remaining houses.
What? It's decided already? I was at least expecting a fight. Maybe some hair pulling? And as for you, my mysterious new student, I look forward to getting to know you much, much better throughout the year.
Okay. So, does Yuritsa just take charge of our house regardless? That's interesting.
The gall of these people making decisions for you. It's enough to make one's head spin.
Right. In any case, I'm looking forward to learning from you, Professor Yuritsa.
I'll inform you of our first mission soon.
Alright.
Sorry, what mission?
Oh, did we fail to mention that?
Mock battle.
Each month, every house in the Academy is given a mission entailing some form of service to the church.
Yeah. The students of the Black Eagle House are now playable. Fuck yeah! Alright. So, Edelgard. Oh, shit. Oh, it's just like a condensed version. Yep, Edelgard, Hubert, Dorothea, Ferdinand, Bernadetta, Caspar, Petra, Linhardt. Lovely. Starting with 9 units, huh? I'm assuming Yuritsa won't be playable currently, then? That's okay.
Well, what do you think? I believe there is a very good chance it will work.
Are you guys already being sinister?
Perhaps, Lady Edelgard. But is that chance not outweighed by the danger of matters going awry? We have managed to walk the knife's edge so far. But what you are suggesting is open hostility. If they so much as catch wind of our intentions, things will go sideways very quickly.
Regardless, this is our last opportunity to save her. Frankly, it's a miracle we even have the chance.
Save her?
I thought you once proclaimed not to believe in miracles, Lady
Monica?
Edelgard.
Maybe? But wouldn't she already be dead?
And I don't. At least not the kind one has to sit around and wait for. But right now, everyone is exactly where we need them. Her, the bandits, the string pullers, and the perfect instructor with the perfect mission. I'm going to make this miracle happen, and I will do so for our future.
Then we'd best have a plan in place to finish the job, in case they catch on. I expected you to burn a few bridges, but this plan would be akin to setting half the countryside on fire.
Which is exactly why I'm counting on you, Hubert, and why I'm grateful to have you by my side. Welcome to the Black Eagle House.
Hi. Oh my god.
Selected us.
Yeah.
Wait, what? You're a student now?
Yeah, I am.
And not only that, you're one of us? That's great!
I do find it interesting, like, I'm pretty sure the models that they're using, and obviously the animations, are better, are not better, the same from the original game, but the graphics look so much better with this game having been developed by Koei Tecmo instead of Insys.
Wait, stop! I don't know this person. Oh, why are there so many new faces?
Relax.
That's what you get for skipping this year's first field excursion, Burn. A lot happened. There was even a bandit attack. Did you really not hear about any of this? Bandits? Ugh! Now I'm extra glad I skipped out.
Yeah.
I must say,
Checks out.
the church took a bold step in enrolling you. A decision which I, of course, fully support.
That's right.
You helped Edelgard, and we stand to learn quite a bit from one so skilled.
Yes, I have eagerness to examine the fighting of mercenaries. We should be sparring, 1 versus 1.
If anyone needs me, I'll be asleep and... Wait, hold on. Do you have a crest? Did Professor Hanneman even check?
Oh, he checked all right. Sorry to say, I'm certifiably crestless.
Ha, damn.
Strange. You definitely seem the type. But I suppose I'm just imagining it.
And now you know the rest
I mean,
of
it's
our
possible
house.
still.
As you already met some of us in camp, I assume you knew what you were getting into.
She's just like, some of us.
We may not be perfect, but we support each other as best we can. Please try your utmost to get along with everyone.
Sure will.
Here approaches Professor Yuritsa. That makes all of us.
Hi.
Remember your mission?
What's the mission?
We are to eliminate the remaining members of the Iron King's thieves that attacked our camp.
Oh, okay.
The chief, Costas, has already been struck down, and now only a scattering of brigands remain.
Okay.
Even with our limited experience, we should be able to defeat them handily.
Good. Prepare yourself.
Of course, Oh, he's gone. So it would seem. Right then. We'd better get all of our waterfowl in a row.
Wait, but I need to tell the professor I can't participate?
What, are you able to talk to him?
Oh, good work, Bernie. Why didn't you speak up sooner?
I know what you mean. I never even got the chance to break out my best. Leave it to me, Professor. He's a real tough nut, that's for sure. Says just as much as he has to, then makes tracks.
Yep. Agree.
Well, the less you say, the greater your mystique.
How does Dorothea like that?
True enough. There's not much charm in someone who talks your ear off at every opportunity.
Fair.
Whatever the case, I expect all Black Eagles to participate in this mission, including you, Bernadetta. You can do this. And I look forward to seeing our mercenary friend here in action.
Express quiet confidence. Fire off a quip.
Edelgard. If you set me loose out
Hubert.
there won't be any bandits left for you.
I guess Hubert liked it because it was like kind of protective. Like, yes, I agree. We should all fight for her and let her sit on the back lines. All right, what's going on here? Vibin'?
There you are,
Hi.
Yuritsa. I have word from the knights.
It is time.
Yes, The bandits have fled north into the canyon bordering Count Ro's land in the kingdom. But the knights have cut off their escape, and now stand ready to provide whatever support the students may require.
Awesome.
We'll leave at once.
I needn't remind you, this is the first real battle for some of our charges.
For some of our charges!
I trust you will keep them safe. Though I likely do not need to worry with an old hand like you at their side.
No, you don't. You there.
Hi.
It's time for the mission. Gather the others.
About time we saw some action.
Has it already been a month or something? Or is this just happening now anyways? Okay.
Lost sight of them.
A shame to admit it, but yes. It's possible someone magicked the bandits away. But why go to that kind of trouble for a handful of highwaymen scum?
So be it. We'll follow the blood scent.
Right, of course.
Okay.
We'll follow... Wait, what?
Huh?
We're leaving. Everyone, follow me.
Sprint, dude.
Professor, wait! Well, he must have some idea where the bandits went. Let's hurry after him.
Okay.
Pathetic.
Oh, yeah?
Professor Yuritsa, you shouldn't charge ahead like that. It's far too dangerous. Wait, what is all this?
What is all what?
Bandits!
Dead by my hand.
Oh, lovely. There's just corpses on the ground
They look
that
quite
we can't
dead
see.
indeed. Are these the miscreants we were meant to deal with?
How is one to tell? One uncouth ruffian looks much the same as any other. Do you know, Professor? Were you following some manner of lead?
No, but it's them. They were trying to escape to that fortress.
That fortress?
The one that's right next to us.
Yes, Caspar, that's what he said. Something you want to share?
Nope. It just seems suspicious.
You're something else, Caspar.
True.
Still, I guess the place does look kind of suspicious.
We're near the border of the kingdom and the empire, but that is no imperial outpost.
It's not the kingdoms either, and they're not flying any kind of banner. I'm guessing it's a bandit hideout.
Look up Edelgard's hair, it's just fucking spazzing.
Then give us allowance to be storming their base and crushing them under our feet.
It might be a little dangerous for us to handle on our own, Petra.
Nah, it's level 1,
Yes,
we'll deal.
I mean, I agree. We should all, go home. Right now.
No.
But the bandits might be inside, and they must answer for their crimes.
Alright.
It is our noble duty to finish them off before they can bring harm to another soul.
This isn't about
I like how
noble,
Shez is in the
it's
back.
about doing the right thing, period. And striking down evil is the Caspar way.
Suggest you charge
We'll
forth.
be heroes if we
Yeah!
manage to take out the entire bandit outpost. This is the kind of stuff I live for.
Since when are you so gung-ho? Oh, right. Since always.
True.
Enough. This is not our decision to make. Professor Yuritsa?
The mission stands. Enter the fortress. Dispatch any bandits you find. There are no signs of life. We may be chasing ghosts.
Professor, are you having the ability to speak with ghost spirits?
It is just an expression,
Well, as the
Petra.
Death Knight.
There's
I mean.
probably no one here.
Ah, I am understanding now. You have my thanks. This language has much peculiarity some of the times.
Well, if that's settled, let us make ready. Make sure you're prepared before we head out.
Okay. No, don't immediately start me. Fuck's sake. Victory and defeat conditions. A battle ends in victory when you fulfill the victory conditions, and ends in defeat when you fulfill the defeat conditions. Why would I want to do that then? The rout of important units, such as the main character and house leaders, will also result in defeat. These conditions can change during the course of battle. You can check the victory and defeat conditions from the battle prep screen and by selecting battle details from the pause menu. Defeat conditions, none. Alright, can I fucking... Oh, I can. Fuck yeah. Oh, that is a relief. I'm actually gonna save here instead, because, well, this is before the fucking choice, so, yeah. Alright, well, I suppose then that's going to be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, then be sure to press the like button, and if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye! Yeah.